Hey guys, it's Zoe, and today I have the craziest hair ever. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it. I have a pretty serious video topic today. It's about the difference between cheerleading, dance, and gymnastics. How they're just sports they're all sports, by the way, and they're just a lot of people try to compare them together, and it's just like trying to compare apples, oranges, and lemons. They're completely different, and even though they have some things crossing with each other, it's not the same, like, at all, by any means, and nobody has a right to compare between which one is harder and which one takes more skill, because honestly, they all are just hard in different areas. And I'm going to be talking about that. The reason for this is because I've seen a lot of comments on cheer videos or dance videos or gymnastics videos about, having a debate about, like, oh, dance you take talent, cheer you just have to look pretty, or gymnastics shouldn't be a sport, cheerleading is the way to go, or, like, just everything in general, just trying to compare them to each other, and just isn't, like, okay. So let's start off with the basics. They all have different levels. You might think that, like, oh, that's not a big deal, but everything, like, I don't know. Okay. So all three of those sports have the highest level of where you can go, which is the highest level of competitiveness. Anyway, like gymnastics, there's the people that go to the Olympics. Cheerleading, that's the people that go to Worlds. Dance, there's people that also go to Worlds and, like, dance competitions and stuff like that. But there's also a lower level class, which are people working up to get to those spots, or girls that are just doing it for fun. There's also girls, like, cheerleading gets a bad rap a lot of the time because it started as a sideline cheer thing where, like, I still think that high school cheerleading is a sport. But I'm talking about, like, I feel like people are looking at the stereotypes more than what they actually are doing. There are many high school teams today doing things that competitive cheerleaders are doing. And, but, there are some high schooler teams that girls are all bleached blondes or, like, dark brunettes with long curly hair and are just, like, fitting the stereotypes. And about, like, how they're just pretty and they only care about being popular, which is so little of the population of cheerleaders today. But that's what other people are looking at. They're not looking at the very serious athletes that we are. And I know this sounds biased because I'm wearing a world shirt and I've only done cheerleading, not gymnastics or dance, but I feel like they're all such hard sports. And with dance, especially, like, just the skill that they take to do it is insane. I'm giving them 110% props for everything that they do. And, like, they're known everywhere because of Dance Moms and because of, like, Dance Academy and all these different shows. And, there's a bunch of different dancing places that are just, like, if you watch them, they're so amazing. Just the strength and the flexibility that they have is insane. I'm giving them, like, all the props in the world, because I find, like, for me, I find the stuff that we do, some of it isn't hard for me because I'm trained to do it. But I look at their stuff, I'm like, how in the world do they do it? It just is like you're trained to do the things that you do in your sport. And with gymnastics, too, like, there's no question, gymnastics is insane. I mean, like, with like, all of the dangerous things, like, with the bars and the beam and the floor and, the vault and everything, and all the different kinds of gymnastics, like rhythmic gymnastics and the boys' gymnastics with the rings and stuff. But, like, all of it is, like, it takes insane training, and it doesn't seem so insane to them because they're trained to do it most of them from a very young age, and people that started later, they just work that much harder to get to where they are, to get to where they want to be. And I just feel like they shouldn't be compared because ultimately a gymnastics girl could come into a cheerleading gym and feel like she's dying. A cheerleader could go into a gymnastics gym and feel like she's dying. Either one could go into a dance thing, do the conditioning, and feel like they're dying. I mean, it just is like, it's so opinionated because you work on these parts of the body, then you go into a different situation and you're working parts of the body that you've never worked before. And so that's why I feel like they're so different, and nobody has the right to say that one isn't a sport or one is better than the other, because they're all different. It's like trying to compare football and soccer, like people don't do that. Like, well, some people will say football's harder, soccer's harder, but really, who decides which one's harder? Because they're hard just in different ways. So, it's not a straightforward thing, It's not like a 2 + 2 = 4 and there's no other option, So, I don't know, I've seen some comments recently that just have been getting me really upset, because I've been seeing people down these other things because they think their sport is better, and I just don't think that's the case, and I'm hoping that other people, that I won't get a bunch of hate on this video. I'm trying to be as, non-biased as possible. I really just, and everybody has their own opinion too. Like, everybody thinks, oh, well, my sport's harder. I've experienced it, or I've done these other sports, and I feel like this is harder. And that's just your personal opinion, because you have to remember that there's also other girls that have done all three of these sports and feel like one of them is harder. It depends on your natural abilities, and everybody is different. And so I just wanted to put this video out there and say that they're all a sport and they're all completely different, and I don't think that one is better than the other, and I hope that people also understand where I'm coming from. I hope that we can all come to an understanding of where I'm coming from, and oh, my dog. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, full of my opinion, full of my opinion on subjects. Wow, it got loud all of a sudden. Thank you. And you can ask in the comments below, for more video ideas, or you can go onto my Instagram, which is BrendanAllStars_Zoe, and you can follow me there, and then, comment some suggestions there, or DM me, or whatever. So yeah, I feel I feel a lot better now that I got that off of my chest. Yeah, so I think that's all I have to tell you guys. Yeah, well, bye guys.